Hey, what is happening, guys? Cold Dude Black Ops Kid here, coming at you with another video. Today, we're going to be talking about everything we know about the PlayStation 5. Now, that is an unconfirmed name, but that's the best thing I could think of is in this topic of video. But let's talk about everything we know about PlayStation 5. Mike Kearney would like to get one thing out of the way right now. The video game console that Sony has spent on for the last 4 years building is now ready to be revealed. It's no mere upgrade as well. From Xbox One X beating the PlayStation 4 Pro, the next question is whether the console adds another layer to the sorts of experiences you've already had access to. PlayStation 5 is supposed to be like any other console on the market. It's supposed to be the fastest console you possibly can experience. Today we're going to be talking about specs that are confirmed by PlayStation and Sony, the bit rate is, and a couple other things that we'll talk about the PlayStation 5. Without further ado, let's get right in. So PlayStation 5 CPU is based on the third generation of AMD's Ryzen line, and it contains 8 cores to accompany the new 7nm Zen 2 microagriculture. The GPU, a custom variant of Radeon Navi family, will support ray tracing, a technique that models the travel of light to simulate complex interactions in 3D environments. While ray tracing is a staple of Hollywood visual effects and beginning to worm its way into high-end processors and NVIDIA's recently announced RTX line, no game console has been able to manage it yet. The AMD chip also allows a custom unit for 3D audio that Kearney thinks will redefine what sound can do in a video game. So a good way to really explain this is basically if you had the correct amount of audio, it basically takes samples and bit rates from all over the map. Basically, if someone shoots in Apex Legends, for example, when someone shoots, you can kind of hear that it's behind you. It's hard to really explain, but that's really his envision for what this AMD chip will do. There will also be next-gen PSVR to go alongside with the new console. As Kearney states, I won't go into details of our VR strategy today, he says. Beyond saying that VR is important to us and this current PSVR headset is compatible with the new console. So that is one thing that we want to really stress out, that you can use the old PSVR headset for the new console. I'm sure they'll have some new variant, maybe a better display on your headset, with the console being able to go up to 8K. I feel like PS5 or Xbox 2 is the main assortment for 8K gaming. That is, 4K is barely even implemented in games now. I soon to believe that 8K is far beyond that. So if we do have 8K gaming, could that mean that we do have a 4K VR display coming alongside the PlayStation 5? That isn't confirmed, but that would be my assumption. Kearney loaded up Marvel's Spider-Man, which stands in a plaza. Kearney presses a button on the controller, initiating a fast travel interversal screen when Spider reappears in a totally different spot in Manhattan. 15 seconds has elapsed. Then Kearney does the same thing on the next-gen dev kit connected to a different TV. The dev kit, an low-speed version, is concealed in a big silver tower with no visual componentry, which took 15 seconds on the PlayStation 4. Now will take less than 0.8 seconds to be exact. Sony won't cop out the exact details about the SSD who makes it, whether or not it utilizes the new PCIe 4.0 standard. But Kearney claims that it is a raw bandwidth higher than any SSD available for PC, which, if that is very true, this PlayStation 4 could be the revolutionary gaming console that everyone's going to want. Of course, if this SSD is super compatible and super amazing, why don't PCs have this yet? Especially when it comes down to being faster than any PC on the market, let alone, if that is the case, how much will the PlayStation 5 will cost? Let's get into that here in a little bit. While next-gen consoles will support 8K graphics, TVs that deliver it are few and far between, so we're using a 4K TV. So the PlayStation 4 is confirmed to be 8K compatible, which I mentioned a little bit earlier, but it's kind of interesting how they actually, if they can actually do it. Most games that are 4K are just native and they don't really look 4K exactly. They look good, but not for exactly 4K. The next gen console will still accept physical media. It won't be a download only machine because it is a part of the PlayStation 4 agriculture. It will also be backwards compatible with games for that console. So PlayStation 5 is backwards compatible with PlayStation 4 games. It'll be interesting to see how PlayStation 5 revolves around this. Will it be similar to the PlayStation 4 boot up menu if you put in a PlayStation 4 disc? It doesn't actually go backwards compatible to say it plays PlayStation 3, PlayStation 2, or PlayStation games. I don't think it would play anything lower than PlayStation 3 if possible, but as far as we know, PlayStation 4 was not able to just pop a disc in for PlayStation 3 games. So will that redeem itself with PlayStation 4? Who knows? What gaming will look like in a year or two, let alone 10, is a matter of some debate. Battle Royale games have reshaped multiplayer experiences. Augmented reality marries the fantasy and real in unpredicted ways. Google is leading the charge away from traditional consoles by launching a cloud gaming service, Stadia, later this year. Kearney is keeping mom on and saying that we are cloud gaming pioneers and our vision should come clear as we head towards launch. That's pretty much all the details he did say about PlayStation 5, so I'm going to put my input in here now. PlayStation 5 seems like the console to go on. Xbox 2 has not announced anything spec-wise for their new console, as Xbox One X really took the cake when beating PlayStation 4 in every determinable market. I feel like if Xbox can deliver and make a lot of the things that PlayStation did right, like being able to stream directly to YouTube and Twitch right off the back without having to download apps, or maybe utilize the apps where you could actually be able to use the apps very efficiently, a actually good UI for the console itself, then Xbox 2 could take the cake, or Xbox Infinite, or whatever they decide to go on. I think that it would be beneficial to Xbox to take PlayStation's heart and kind of keep it that way. I know the Xbox One X really did take the cake, but it did not really affect their sales at all. The PlayStation 4 still leads about double sales on Xbox One, and PlayStation 5 wants to continue bringing that dominancy onto that console market. And I feel like if they continue doing it the way they do, as its current state, with all these fantastic CPUs, GPUs, super fast solid state drives, it could be the revolutionary of gaming. Now, just because they have a super fast SSD could make the game very expensive, or the console I should say. With the given CPU, the graphics card, and the SSD, it could be upwards around $800 to $700 at launch, which is pretty crazy. We all love Sony, and I own a PlayStation 4 myself, although I haven't really played it much. But the games on it are probably the best exclusives that you can possibly can. I do love my Xbox for just me being a console player as I've always been with Xbox, but PlayStation 5, with all those details coming out, it sounds like PlayStation 5 has a pretty good shot in keeping the console market primarily ties on Sony. Although if Xbox 2 keeps on the trend that they're going with faster console, the Game Pass, all of their day one exclusives being on the Game Pass, I feel like that would actually continue to making the console even better than PlayStation 5, and could possibly make Xbox 2 take over sales. Without a further ado, that is everything that we know about the PlayStation 5. I really hope you guys appreciated this video. I did a lot of research on everything I could. We don't know what it looks like. We don't know what the controllers look like. These are more things that we continue to look at. From what I could tell, the PlayStation 5 controllers are going to be basically the same as the PlayStation 4. with a little bit of added feature of more of a touchscreen appearance. You can actually see time on the controller and things like that. This is all rumored, as we did not see an actual controller in this Insight. If you guys want to read the article yourself, it is going to be down in the description below, where you can read all the details just like I pretty much announced in this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you appreciate all the content that I've been pushing out. My PC is built, so I will have a guide and a video coming very soon with that build. I'm very happy with it. The render times and everything with my editing and stuff like that has been tremendously easy now, and I'm really excited to bring more content and more great videos to you guys as soon as I can. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you guys appreciate it. Subscribe if you really enjoy the content. Comment what you guys think about the PlayStation 5 below. Will it take the cake for console supremacy yet again? Or will Xbox 2 possibly take the cake? Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.